This anime is heavily praised and is given the title Greatest Anime by many. Guys, I think there's far better candidates.
Wait, it's been that long? And I still haven't responded? Oops! Now, some of you were wanting a response video, and after all this time, I'm finally doing it. I'm admitting my faults for what occurred in the first 25 seconds of that video, but everything else I'll gladly stand by. But now it's time to address the Ginny Sacks in the room. Why on God's green earth did I choose My Hero Macadamia and said that it's up there with the likes of Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, and Death Note? Series that tried and succeeded at doing something new while garnering praise across the board. Well, you're about to find out. It's simple. It felt like the safe choice. At the time, I didn't want to sound biased by choosing only anime that were made over 10 years ago. And at the time of making that video, My Hero Aclusemia seemed harmless. Cliche as in my opinion, but people were saying it's this generation's Naruto. When they were wrong, it was really this generation's X-Men, and failed to be as captivating as those filthy muties. I thought, yeah, I'm in the clear with that choice. Wrong. I was watching it at the time, but I didn't think too much of it, and even watched 2 more seasons, but it wasn't enthralling me. But in all honesty, One Punch Man was more entertaining, and Waru the Laughing Salesman was more my speed. You're probably asking, why did you stick with it for that long if you weren't too hot about it, you dumb bitch? And my response to that question is because even when I watch things that are shit, like Bakuman and Daria, I got to see it all the way through. I already started, I might as well finish, right? That, and I guess I hated myself at the time. There's really not too many explanations I can give for why I'd watch something that I didn't particularly enjoy, but watched all the way through. Well, okay, I can explain why I watched all 3 seasons of Bakuman. I wanted to see how it could get. Oh man, I hated that show. To think that show was the follow-up to Death Note, for sake. All I'm gonna say about Glyceromania at this point is, why did no one warn me about the fan base? These people are just as bad as Sonic fans and furries, which could be one and the same. I went to a couple of conventions and they had these goofy ass preteens out here watching this show and dressing up as these characters and smelled like a sewer. I think a teenager, I'm not sure how old she was, but some chick online really said that she got a baby bump because Todoroki, you know, the emo looking mofo, got her pregnant, and there's no way, cause he's not real. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't keep watching and eventually drew the line. Now, if I could ever do the list over, obviously I'd choose renowned classics like Kino Tokorozawa to fill in the blank space. And you know why? To get anime elitists pissy again. That's why. They got so butthurt over the first 25 seconds that it provided more laughs than any film that's come out in the last 8 years. But no, seriously. Just because a piece of media has themes that give it more subtext and meaning doesn't mean it's good or the best thing to ever come out. I'm going to make 2 case in points, and I'm going to get in more trouble with these takes, but I don't give a rat's ass at this point. Any Jordan Peele film fits this mold, as the characters in his films aren't all that good, and his plot's making next to no sense. You stick Hideo Kojima with him, and Kojima looks like some profound genius in comparison. And the other is The Matrix. Okay, aside from the interesting plot, themes, and bullet time effects, and Cypher and Tank, What makes the characters stand out and so groundbreaking that isn't their wardrobe? They're all blandly acted out and written and, oh shit, you're looking at the woman in the red dress and her fantastic rap. With how many more classics I've watched over the last 3 years, like Perfect Blue, Paranoia Agent, Trigun, and Akira, which became my favorite anime ever a couple of years back, beating out Samurai Champloo. I watched Akira maybe 6 or 7 times in a year, and even the manga, that's how big of a fan I became. Any one of the anime I just named could have taken the spot. I could have said Dragon Ball Z, and people probably would have been fine with that. Like I said before, I don't want to sound biased, but since that video was made, I came to a realization to go with what I feel like are the best choices instead of sugarcoating it and going with, for the lack of a better term, safer choices at the time. I mean, look at the media we've gotten since 2016 across all mediums. Very slim pickings for my taste. Anime is in the same boat after the late 2000s. Anime, for the most part, really hasn't been the same. Sure, we've gotten some solid offerings like One Punch Man and Waru the Laughing Salesman, but the newer stuff I'm keeping clear of these days, mainly because it's really not doing anything for me. So, next time I'm making a video like this in a medium I don't really dabble in that much, I'll make sure to be biased so a certain group of people don't go up in arms and get mad at me. Leaving comments that would make me laugh on a daily basis. Oh yeah, and don't watch this shit. Go read the Claremont run for X-Men.